Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Chicago holding the upper hand after the first two quarters. They have a 6-point lead. Kenny, some perspective, please.
They were really efficient on offense, shared the basketball well, great shot selection. That accounted for a high field goal percentage in the first half.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Milwaukee.
Ernie, they're taking way too many threes. The offense has no rhythm. They need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe try to get a little bit more transition, more off the pick and roll. Anything other than shooting that three. It's not going.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Seven-point lead. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
Has the ball and just lets the play develop, and that's why coaches trust him so much.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Jabari Parker.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their number.
For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later. On top, opening up a huge gap. We've got more in store for you right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. An outstanding first quarter for Eric Gordon. He had 12 points and 1 rebound. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, they're out in front tonight because of their offensive rebounding. Those second chance buckets came into play in a big way. Those are effort points, momentum builders, salvaging points off the scrap heap. You never heard me say scrap heap before, Ernie. I don't even know what it means. It just sounded good.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Phoenix?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. Back right after this. Folks, for our broadcast, for Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Pelicans lead by 14. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. We have an exhilarated home crowd joining us for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaq. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 1 block. What did you think, Shaq, about New Orleans?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
Kenny, what's your take on the Clippers?
Well, obviously, they were outshot. I thought they mailed it in too many times in terms of their effort. People weren't moving, they weren't screening, and they definitely weren't hustling. They need to hit the ground running to be competitive in the second half, or they could get blown out.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later. With us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. George Hill taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 2 steals, and 4 assists. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
Shaq, what'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
Just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. It's now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Love.
And he's been out there doing his thing, just dominating on the glass. There aren't many players who put more into their rebounding than he does. And we saw that again tonight. Nobody could match his effort on the boards.
From 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. It up for Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 13 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the best shot. If they keep sharing the ball this way, the second half could be more lopsided than the first.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Right back after this break. Up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We come back right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith. That's Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for joining us. And, boy, a pumped-up home crowd is behind us right now. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the best shot. If they keep sharing the ball this way, the second half could be more lopsided than the first.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
They were brick city, and it was painful to watch. Weak shooting starts to get contagious, and they were struggling all over the place. They got to work on getting more high-quality chances, more layups, fewer prayers.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Back right after this.
Sometimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We come back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. San Antonio's first quarter could have gone much better. The deficit for them just seemed to grow and grow, eventually reaching the 10-point mark at one stage of the period. The surge they made in the second quarter was almost hard to believe. I mean, this was a team that instantly became unstoppable and now on the verge of a blowout. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm, as smart and as safe as they're playing. They made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us, as now we send you back to the action for the start of the third quarter.
Affair. Spurs out in front, running away with it. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Position all at once. It's an amazing story.
It has been an incredible crop. I mean, really the golden era of point guards. And the one guy who I feel really badly for over the course certainly of the last 5 or 6 seasons is one Mike Conley. Any coach in the league would take Mike Conley at the drop of a hat, yet he's dealing with, over the course of his career, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Tony Parker,
For Greg
Steve
Anthony,
Nash.
Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.